Hello everybody, this is Doug Fink from the GQI and the Quantum Computing Report. Today we're actually here at the Hyatt Hotel in Santa Clara, California, getting ready for the Q2B conference, which should be very exciting. A lot of news to talk about last week, and I think there's going to be even more news to talk about next week. But let's talk about last week first. Watch out for Canada. We had a couple reports on what's happening in Sherbrooke, Canada, with the district there. There's a $90 million initiative in order to do a lot of quantum activity in Canada. My colleague Andre Koenig put out a report on LinkedIn about his visit there. And we also published something in the Quantum Computing Report from Pascal about the initiative itself is $90 million. Pascal is setting up their Canadian headquarters there, and they're getting a $15 million loan from the government of Canada to do that. So a lot of activity in Canada. They're certainly pulling above their weight in terms of quantum technology. Another financing thing that we reported on was a company called QSimulate. They make drug discovery platforms using quantum, and they received a $2.5 million seed round. So congratulations to all of them. A few other announcements. One of the things that can be an issue when you use a cloud service in quantum is submitting a job, and then you have to get in a queue and wait for your job to run. So in that regard, Amazon Bracket just announced a new feature called Bracket Direct, which essentially allows you to reserve time and have dedicated time on hourly increments to make sure that you have full access to the machine and no one else is there. So that can be very valuable for people who perhaps need to run things in a short period of time without knowing, without having to wait. Another big announcement came from Q-Control and IBM. Q-Control is a manufacturer of, or develops error suppression software that uses artificial intelligence, looks at the machine, and allows the qubits to become better. So they've had a number of products that have been on the market for a few years, Fire Opal, Boulder Opal, Black Opal, I guess they like the Opal name. And they just announced, along with IBM, that they have integrated their Fire Opal software in with the IBM Qiskit runtime. So what this allows for an end user to do is to just implement it with one line of code, and it's available for IBM pay-as-you-go users, and at no extra charge. And what it will do is we'll use that software in order to improve the qubit quality by implementing the various controls in order to make the qubits better. So that should be a big boon to people who want to improve the accuracy of their answers on the quantum computer. One other thing that I mentioned before we sign off, Alice and Bob have announced a partnership with OVH Cloud to develop a emulator for logical qubits. It's called Felix, which allows you to emulate logical qubits. One of the things I think you'll see over the next year, we see increasing activity is more and more activity to develop error correction, fault tolerance, in terms of codes, in terms of hardware. And what that emulator will do is allow you to experiment with different codes and see how they work out. So that should be valuable for people who are working in that area. So that's all for last week. We are expecting some big announcements this week. Actually, I'll give you a preview. We're recording this on a Monday, and IBM just announced a few hours ago at their Quantum Summit their roadmap extending through 2033. We do have a big article about that on the Quantum Computing Report. I'll urge you to look at it. I think you'll find it very helpful, and we'll probably talk about it a little bit more in our video next week. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you again.